So it's been a while since I posted anything onto the channel, and I wanted to do some game reviews, so I figured now would be a good enough time as any. My first game I'm going to be reviewing is Pokemon Yellow, and technically also Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. So the game takes place in the same area as Pokemon Red, which oddly enough was also my first game for Pokemon. In the game, you take control of the player character, which is inferred to be Ash in this case, as opposed to Red, because you're getting Pikachu at the very beginning instead of either Squirtle, Bulbasaur, or Charmander. The game follows closely to what Red and Blue did, but it differs in the fact that it adds elements from the anime. So rocket encounters can have grunts in them, but certain mini-bosses are Jesse and James as opposed to a random rocket grunt who you never know anything about. Pokemon Yellow also introduced some loved and not so loved features that later iterations of the game would have, such as a Pokemon following you. In Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, the fanbase loved the fact that they could have their Pokemon follow them around the map in the overworld, not just in a Pokeball by their side. That was first introduced in Pokemon Yellow with Pikachu, though only Pikachu. You couldn't have any other Pokemon out besides Pikachu. It also introduced Experience Share, which is a not divisive feature in the game, but it's not the most loved by veteran fans who want a bit more of a challenge, because the modern incarnation of it is close to what Pokemon Yellow had, where everyone in the party gets experience, not just one Pokemon holding it. Keep in mind, hold items weren't a thing in Generation 1. That wasn't until Generation 2. So, with that said, the game, for me, was always a good one to go back on. As a kid, I really liked the anime, and I really liked Pikachu. He was the main character, after all, in my eyes. Even more so than Ash, because, you know, Ash wasn't the best trainer, but Pikachu was a really great Pokemon, and it was also the one that everyone wanted. Okay, everyone on Team Rocket wanted. So, with that said, they re-released the game several times, actually. One copy of it you can get is actually on the Nintendo 3DS. You can get a Pokemon Yellow game, and it plays the exact way the original one did. And then, back in 2018, they released Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. These games only have the original 151 Pokemon in them. They do not have any Gen 2 or 3s or, well, Gen 8s now. But the game, well, with the exception of Alolan forms for the Generation 1 Pokemon. Both sets of games take place in Kanto. However, Let's Go Pikachu is implied to take place closer to around this time of the Johto games, about 3 years after the original games happened, and the story is a little different. The nice thing about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, besides your Pokemon always staying on you, so Pikachu and Eevee will always stay on your shoulder, you can also have another Pokemon follow you around. So there is an instance I had a Sandslash chasing me around, and it looked like I had a ball of spikes running after me. Well, either way I look at it, both sets of games are good. So, Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu are a fun time. You'll get quite a bit of enjoyment out of playing them. I can't promise you where you can find the cartridges of the original, and you'd also need a Game Boy or a Game Boy Advance to play them. However, if you have a Nintendo 3DS, you can easily get a digital port of it. The nice thing about the digital port is that this works with Pokemon Bank, well, Pokemon Transfer that works with Pokemon Bank, and Pokemon caught in this game can be transferred up to Generation 8 now. And then in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, same deal. You can transfer them to Pokemon Home and be able to play with them in Generation 8. And if you're playing in Generation 8 and you have Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee, and or both actually, you could get a special Pokemon in Generation 8 games, being an Eevee or a Pikachu that have a Gigantamax form of themselves. Either way, the games are fun. It's a bit of a nostalgia trip for me, and actually brings back a lot of nice memories from back when I was a kid.